Hold up, Raider Nation, because we've got a bombshell dropping right now. The Las Vegas Raiders are eyeing a Pro Bowl running back to shake up our offense in 2025. And it's none other than Aaron Jones, the beast from the Minnesota Vikings. This could be the spark we've been begging for after a brutal 2024. Stick with me, because this news is straight fire. I'm talking about a game changer. Folks, a guy who could bring that old-school Raiders swagger back to field. But will this deal actually go down? Can our front office pull it off? We're about to break it all down. So let's dive into this wild ride together and see if Aaron Jones is Vegas-bound. What's good, Raider Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we bleed silver and black day in and day out. I'm one of you, a die-hard Las Vegas Raiders fan. And today, we got a juicy update that could flip the script for our squad. After a 2024 season that left our run game in the dirt, the Raiders are making moves, and Aaron Jones might just be the key to unlocking our potential. Picture this, a Pro Bowler tearing it up in Vegas, leading our offense with Pete Carroll calling the shots. It's the kind of news that gets your blood pumping, right? So grab a seat, because we're about to unpack this story step by step. Trust me, you won't want to miss a second of what's coming next. Let's set the stage, nation. In 2024, our ground game was a straight-up train wreck, dead last in the NFL with pathetic 79.8 rushing yards per game. We lost Josh Jacobs of Packers, and no one stepped up. Our top rusher barely scraped 400 yards. That's not Raiders football. That's a cry for help. It was painful to watch, wasn't it? Teams stacked the box, dared us to run, and we couldn't answer. But that's why this Aaron Jones rumor hit so hard. It's a chance to fix what broke last year and bring back the punishing, relentless attack we've been missing. Let's keep rolling. Now, enter Pete Carroll, our new head coach, and things are starting to look up. This guy's a legend. He built a Super Bowl winner in Seattle with a run-first mentality, leaning on studs like Marshawn Lynch. That's the blueprint he's bringing to Vegas, and I'm all in for it. With Pete at the helm, the Raiders are doubling down on the ground game, especially if we roll with a rookie or improving QB in 2025. He knows a reliable running back can take the pressure off and set the tone. So, could Aaron Jones be his next beast mode? Let's dig deeper. So, who's this Aaron Jones guy we're buzzing about? He's a Pro Bowl running back, formerly with the Vikings and Packers. And at 30 years old, he's still got that fire. In 2024, he ran for 1,138 yards, punching 5 rushing TDs, and added 51 catches for 408 yards with 2 receiving scores. Those are superstar numbers. This dude's a leader, too, named a team captain multiple times. He's got the grit and experience we've been craving. Imagine him in silver and black, bulldozing defenses and hyping up the locker room. Raider Nation, are you feeling this vibe already? Because I sure am. Here's where it gets real. Brent Hertzemberg from TWSN dropped the scoop that the Raiders are targeting Aaron Jones in free agency. This isn't some random Twitter rumor. This is a legit prediction that's got the whole fan base buzzing. And honestly, it makes too much sense to ignore. Think about it. We need a spark, we got the cash. And Pete Carroll's system screams for a guy like Jones. Could this be the move that turns 2025 into a breakout year? I'm on the edge of my seat, nation. Let's see what this could mean for us. Why does Aaron Jones fit like a glove? The guy's a proven stud. Over 1,000 rushing yards in 4 of his last 8 seasons, including 2024. Plus, he's a dual-threat weapon. Those 51 catches last year show he's a quarterback's best friend out of the backfield. And with Pete Carroll's history of leaning on reliable backs, Jones could be our anchor. He's not just a runner. He's a playmaker who can carry this offense while our young talent grows. Raider Nation, doesn't that sound like the perfect recipe for a resurgence? Now, let's talk about money, because this deal's a steal. Spytek's projecting a 1-year, $5.6 million contract. For Jones, pennies for a Pro Bowler. Pro Football Focus goes bigger. 2 years, $14 million, with $8 million guaranteed. Either way, we got $99 million in cap space to play with. That's right, nation. We can afford Jones and still have cash to grab a QB, a lineman, or whoever else we need. It's not about breaking the bank. It's about smart moves that bring firepower. Can you imagine the headlines? Raiders land Jones for a bargain. If this goes down, Aaron Jones hits the ground running, literally. He's not a long-term fix at 30. But in 2025, he could be the dynamite our offense needs. Pair him with a rookie QB or a tight end like Brock Bowers, and suddenly we got options defenses can't ignore. Picture him breaking tackles at Allegiant Stadium, the crowd roaring, and that Raiders energy surging back. He's got the juice to turn games around right now, not 5 years from now. Doesn't that get your heart racing, nation? It all comes down to our new GM, John Spytek. He's teamed up with Pete Carroll to rebuild this squad, and landing Jones could be his first big splash. Spytek's got a rep for bold moves. Will he pull the trigger and bring this Pro Bowler to Vegas? I'm trusting him to see the vision, a veteran leader to steady the ship while we reload for future. Raider Nation, are you with me on this? Let's hope Spytek's got the guts to make it happen. So, Raider Nation, I've got to hear from you. Is Aaron Jones the right man to lead our backfield in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think he's the missing piece, or should we spend that cash elsewhere? I'm dying to know what you're feeling. This is our team, our future, your voice matters. Could Jones be the guy who brings back that Raiders pride? Hit me up below, because this conversation's just getting started. Now, let's keep it real, there's a flip side. Jones turns 31 in December 2025, so he's not our forever answer at running back. Plus, what if you want a contender like the Vikings instead of a team in rebuild mode? It's a gamble, no doubt. But me? I say it's worth it. 1 or 2 years of elite production could set us up for bigger things, especially with Pete Carroll steering the ship. What's your take, nation? Big risk, big reward, or play it safe? This is just the beginning, folks. With $99 million in cap space, the Raiders could make waves in free agency and the draft. What if we pair Jones with a rookie QB or a stud lineman? The possibilities are endless, and I'm hyped to see what's next. Stay locked in here, because we're your go-to for Las Vegas Raiders news. Could this be the offseason that changes everything? I've got a feeling we're in for a wild ride. Don't miss it. As a fan, I feel in my bones, Aaron Jones could bring that spark we've been missing. That Raiders spirit. Fighting to the end. Striking fear in every opponent. It's been too quiet lately, hasn't it? Jones might just reignite that flame. Let's rally behind this, nation. Imagine the roar at Allegiant when he breaks loose for a 20-yard gain. I'm praying this prediction comes true. Are you with me on this dream? All right, Raider Nation. Did this news light you up like it did me? Then smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for all the latest Las Vegas Raiders updates. Share this with your crew. We got to spread the word far and wide. Tell me in the comments, Aaron Jones in Vegas, yes or no? Let's keep this energy alive, nation. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and forever Raider. Hey, Raider Nation, buckle up, because we're diving into the wild ride of Derek Carr's time with the Las Vegas Raiders, from hero to heartbreak. Plus, the chaos of John Gruden, the tragedy of Henry Ruggs III, and where we go from here. Is there hope for stability, or are we doomed to repeat history? Don't miss this. Stay tuned, because this story will hit you right in the feels. But first, tell me in the comments, do you still believe in the Raiders, or are we just chasing ghosts? Let's figure this out together. Yo, let's rewind to the good old days, when Derek Carr arrived in 2014 as our second-round pick from Fresno State. And man, did he bring hope. In his rookie year, he threw for 3,270 yards and 21 touchdowns, setting a franchise record for rookie passing TDs. By 2016, he was a Pro Bowler, leading us to a 12-3 record and our first playoff berth since 2002. We were flying high. But that hope, it was electric. Carr wasn't just a quarterback, he was our beacon. With 4,000-yard seasons and only 10 interceptions in some years, he was top tier. Do you remember that feeling, or am I just nostalgic? Hit me up in the comments. Carr wasn't perfect, but those early years? Magic. In 2016, he threw for 3,937 yards, 28 TDs, and just 6 picks before that heartbreaking ankle injury against the Panthers. We were AFC West contenders. He broke Ken Staber's franchise record for touchdown passes, and fans like us were dreaming of Super Bowls. 4 Pro Bowls in 9 years, that's legacy stuff. But here's the catch. We only had 2 winning seasons in those 9 years. 63 wins, 79 losses as a starter. Was Carr the problem, or were we setting him up to fail? I'm torn. What do you think, Raider Nation? Fast forward, and things got rocky. By 2021, fans were frustrated. Carr's stats dipped. In 2022, he was 24th in completion percentage, 19th in yards per attempt. The offense stalled, and we finished 6-11. Critics said he lacked toughness in the pocket, always checking down instead of taking risks. Posts on X were brutal, with fans and analysts calling him overpaid at $32.9 million for 2023. I get it. After years of close losses and no playoffs, the love turned to hate. But was it fair? Our defenses were often 20th or worse in scoring, and our O-line struggled. Did Carr let us down, or did we let him down? Sound up below. By 2022, the vibe shifted. Social media was ablaze. Posts on X showed fans saying Derek wasn't appreciated, but others blamed him for not elevating the team. When Josh McDaniels benched him for Jarrett Stidham in the final games, it felt like a betrayal. Carr's silence after being sidelined hurt too. He just vanished, and that stung. Was it the right call to move on? In early 2023, the Raiders cut ties, saving $121.5 million in cap space. It was a business move, but man, it left a void. Do you miss Carr, or are you glad he's gone? I'm curious. Drop your take. Now, let's talk John Gruden. When he came back in 2018, we were pumped. Chucky promised a return to glory, and his vision included a franchise QB. He traded Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper for picks, betting big on rebuilding. Gruden wanted a guy who could sling it and lead, enter Derek Carr, but also Marcus Mariota as a backup plan. But Gruden's tenure was a roller coaster. His emails leaked in 2021, showing offensive language, and he resigned mid-season. That chaos killed momentum. Did Gruden set Carr up for success, or was it all smoke and mirrors? I'm still processing. What's your view? Remember when we traded for Marcus Mariota in 2020? Gruden thought he'd push Carr or replace him, but it flopped hard. Mariota went 1-3 as a starter, threw for just 728 yards, and we cut him after 1 season. It was a $7.5 million mistake. Gruden's vision for a QB competition backfired. Was that the moment we knew Gruden was out of touch, or were we just desperate? I'm shaking my head, but I want to hear from you. Should we have stuck with Carr from the start, or was Mariota worth a shot? Back to 2014, drafting Carr at number 36 was a gamble that paid off at first. He beat out Matt Shaw for the starting job and threw 21 TDs as a rookie. Gruden saw him as the future, but the pressure mounted. With only 2 playoff appearances in 9 years, fans wondered if he was ever the guy. But those early wins, like the 2016 season, gave us hope. Carr's 33 game-winning drives are legendary. Was he the right pick, or should we have gone for someone else? Let me know. I'm torn between nostalgia and reality. Now, let's shift to the draft day thrill of 2020. Henry Ruggs 3 at number 12. His 4.27 40-yard dash speed was Al Davis-level excitement. Derek Carr loved him, calling Ruggs the best receiver in the draft on posts and interviews. We dreamed of deep bombs and explosive plays. Ruggs was supposed to transform our offense, averaging over 19 yards per catch in 2020. With Carr and Ruggs, plus Darren Waller, we had weapons, but the potential was sky high, or so we thought. Were we naive, or was this our shot at glory? Comment below. Ruggs delivered early. In 2020, he had 26 catches for 452 yards and 2 TDs. Carr thrived throwing to him, hitting a 46-yard TD in 2020 against the Jets. But then, disaster struck. In November 2021, Ruggs crashed his car at 156 miles per hour while drunk, killing 23-year-old Tina Tinner and her dog. The Raiders cut him instantly, and the loss was devastating. Carr said in press conferences he'd love Ruggs if no one else will, but the team and fans were shattered. How do you process that kind of tragedy? It's heartbreaking. Share your thoughts. After Ruggs, our offense never recovered that spark. Carr lost a key weapon, and the 2021 season, though we made playoffs, fell hollow. Ruggs' absence exposed our depth issues. We relied too much on him and Waller. Posts on X called it a turning point for our decline. Was Ruggs' exit the nail in the coffin for Carr's era, or could we have adapted? I'm still angry and sad. What about you, Raider Nation? Let's talk in the comments. Fast forward to today. We're quarterbackless again. After Carr left for the Saints in 2023, we tried Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew in 2024, but neither stuck. O'Connell had a 62.7% completion rate, 12 TDs, 8 INTs. Minshew was slightly better at 64.5%, but still not elite. With Pete Carroll now coaching, the pressure's on to find a starter. Are we doomed to cycle through QBs forever, or is there light? I'm desperate for answers. What's your fix? Our draft plan in 2025 could be key. With a number 13 pick, names like Shadur Sanders or Carson Beck are buzzing on Raiders news sites. We got $95 million in cap space. Plenty to trade up or sign a vet. But can we finally nail a QB pick like we did with Carr? I'm cautiously optimistic, but our history of draft misses scares me. Should we swing big or play it safe? Drop your strategy in the comments. I need your wisdom.